Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be taking a look at the newly released Hellfire Lima for the Apache in DCS world. This actually brings a ton of capability to the Apache and makes it very, very dangerous because the Hellfire Lima is a millimeter wave guided version of the Hellfire and can be launched and left. It's actually a fire and forget missile. Let's get started. Today we've got an Apache loaded up with 16 Hellfire Limas, and that's such a heavy load for the Apache that I actually had to take out half of the fuel supply in order to make this work. And by the way, we also have a new fuel tank that can go in place of some of the ammunition stowage for the 30mm chain gun. I kind of would rather have the extra ammo, but at this point the fuel tank is all we have, so that's what we're gonna go with. So that does offset the half full fuel tank a little bit, an extra 100 gallons. It actually probably offsets it quite a bit under the circumstances because the Apache, being a helicopter, doesn't carry as much fuel as some of the bigger aircraft in DCS. So I've just armed our countermeasures, and I went to ground mode and turned on master arm, so our weapons are armed. We'll go to the weapon page on our left multifunction display, and we'll go to VID on the right and go to TADS. So that will show us what George up front is looking at with the TADS. So now it's time to take off. We've got some very conveniently placed ground targets off to our right here, and the Apache actually responds pretty well with even with a full load like this, but that's because I took so much fuel out of it. So that's what you have to do if you want to be able to fly without feeling very overloaded with 16 Hellfires on the Apache. They're only 100 pounds each, but well, that's 1,600 pounds. That's quite a bit for a helicopter. So now what I'm going to do is bring up the George AI menu, helper switch right twice to WAS the Hellfires, helper switch up short to
deslaving,
tell him where to look with the TADS. And we've got a Strela and a ZU-23 out there, and that Strela could be a problem, so let's go ahead and take him out. Helper switch right H short.
lasers off,
Helper switch up long to tell him that he can fire when ready.
laser on,
Might have to do it again here.
lasers off,
Okay, there we go. Rifle. And hopefully we get a good hit on that Strela. And you can see here we've got the Hellfire Limas easily distinguished by their white rounded nose where the millimeter wave seeker is. These are fire and forget missiles, and that's actually really important because if you get shot at,
lasers off,
previously you would have to ditch out and run away from it if it was something that your countermeasures wouldn't take care of. So say a
laser on,
self-propelled anti-aircraft gun was shooting at you, or a armored vehicle with anti-tank guided missiles was shooting at you, and we had to fire a second one there because apparently the first one missed. And with the 114 kilo that we have had since the Apache was released, that was another miss, it looks like. That's getting concerning. Alright, there's another one. And at this point, I think I'm going to turn away because that ZU-23 could start shooting at us.
SA-13, 3 o'clock, tracking.
And he just did start shooting at us. Yep,
lasers
yep.
off,
The SA-13 is shooting at us as well. Okay, our
laser on, lasers off,
Whoa, we're getting really low here.
I don't know where he went.
Okay, George did lose the target, but that's okay.
Lasers off. Can't see the target.
Well, I can. I can see his smoke trail.
Blazing. Lasers off.
Let's add some power
I
and
don't know where he went.
come on. We're masked behind these trees, so that's part of our issue.
Lasers off.
I'm gonna push forward a little bit here and we'll get some speed on the helicopter.
Lasers off.
Alright, we got a shot off. Let's see if that hits. VID TADS is already up. Oh man.
Blazing. Lasers off.
These things are not very reliable. At least you do have a chance of hitting something. Let's offset a little bit.
Target destroyed.
There we go, finally. Now let's see if we can take out that pesky ZU-23 that started shooting at us. He's around here somewhere.
I'm deslaved.
Not there.
And deslaving.
There we
Laser
go.
on.
He is
Lasers off.
over there. And we just got a missile away. We'll drop down a little bit.
Good effects on target.
Well, we one-shotted him. It's about time after having shot, what was it, 4? Yeah, 4 Hellfires for 1 Strela launcher. Goodness me. Now, somewhere out here we should have some T-72s, which are a big problem for the Apache because they have wire-guided anti-tank missiles. They're actually pretty effective at knocking out helicopters, so we cannot afford to get hit by one of these. But I do not see them.
Slaving. Deslaving. Slaving. Slaving. Deslaving. I'm deslaved.
I do not see anything. It should be out here.
I'm deslaved.
Somewhere along this road over here it should be.
And slave. Slaving.
Ah, there we go.
Laser
Got him.
on. Lasers off.
Alright, that's 1. And I'm immediately going to start turning away here because we could have had a missile shot at us. And the thing about those Sakhalos anti-tank missiles
Blazing.
is that our countermeasures do not do anything to them. They don't help us defeat them at all, unlike the Strela,
Laser on.
which is a heat seeker. And I think we
Lasers
got a
off.
miss on that moving T-72. So let's turn back in. Got another one away. And at this point, I definitely want to run away because
Target. Good effects. Good effects.
there we go. That's what I'm talking about. So I haven't really had to ditch away from a Hellfire that actually hit, but so far these are working out fairly well, aside from the 4 shots that we had to take to get 1 Strela. I think we can chalk that up to a I think we can chalk that up to open
Slaving.
beta bugs.
Deslaving.
Let's add some power here. Try to go into a bit of a hover.
Laser on.
Okay, there's another
Lasers
T-72. Help her switch right to designate him, and fire. Alright, and now let's turn and run because those guys are heading toward us, and I do not want to get shot at by a Sakhalos missile about the only
Laser on.
thing you can do is dodge it once that happens.
Lasers off.
And these missiles do seem to have a bit of a weird flight path.
Laser on.
I think we have another miss going on
Lasers
here.
off.
Let's see. Okay, there's another one.
Blazing. Lasers off.
Okay, there's another one. Good grief. It's gonna take quite a few shots, I have a feeling, to nail this T-72. Because they just keep hitting a little...
Target destroyed.
Okay, there we go. Finally. Alright, I'm turning away here because there were more than 2 T-72s over there, and, I am really afraid of those sack-lost missiles, and we actually only have 5 Hellfires left. So at the rate we're going, we might get a couple more kills here. It would be nice if we could get 16 for 16, but until they work out all the bugs, that's not going to happen. And honestly, I think the terrain has a lot to do with it, because the millimeter wave seeker on the Hellfire is kind of finicky when it comes to
Slaving.
terrain, and honestly,
Slaved.
so is radar in general.
Laser on.
There's a BTR. We'll go ahead and shoot him.
Lasers off.
And see what happens.
Blazing. Lasers off.
He's in the trees, so we should have brought some Hellfire kilos, to be honest. Those might work better in these kind of situations.
Laser on.
Yeah, we just got a hit there on the
Lasers
trees above him.
Missile.
Oh no, that's not good.
Low.
That's not good.
Lasers off.
We gotta ditch out. Big time we gotta ditch out and hope that that doesn't hit us.
Blazing.
Whew.
Lasers off.
Well, I think we beat it. That was definitely not a missile that our countermeasures could do anything about. That was a T-72 shooting at us, I would think.
Lasers off.
Because...
I don't know where he went.
Okay, George lost the target. That's okay. We'll turn back in one more time, and I think this is gonna
Blazing.
pretty much wrap this video up.
Lasers off.
Oh, he's in the trees again. That's another one. Apologies for any background noise. There's some stuff going on, but what are we dealing with here?
Blazing.
That's another.
Lasers off.
All right. Yeah, he's hiding in the trees where I can't really shoot at him very well.
Laser on. Lasers off.
Alright. Well, I think that's going to do it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy using the Hellfire missiles, the Hellfire Limas that we now have
Lost. Lasers off.
with the fire and forget capability, such as it is right now. I hope they get some bugs worked out with it, because sometimes these have been a little bit finicky for me, although I know that the terrain has a lot to do with that. Let me see if I can shut George up here.
Lost.
There we go, that ought to do it. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.